Hey, it's Mr. Shrum, and I'm back again with a biology tutorial. Today we're going to look at the integumentary, immune, lymph, and endocrine system. So we're going to look through a lot of systems, but they all interact, so it'll be pretty easy to understand. And we're going to look at how they all regulate the body and maintain homeostasis. Everything's about maintaining homeostasis if you've caught on to biology by now. So for the warm-up question, if you cut your finger, which organ systems will be involved in the healing process? How do they work together? And we have the sample answer. The circulatory system stops the bleeding with platelets. That provides a seal so that healing can begin. Your immune system kills off any bacteria that get into the wound and helps to eat away any debris so healing can begin. The nervous system responds to the cut with pain, telling me that an injury occurred. Well, is the statement true or false? Women have testosterone, but they have less of it than men. True. Testosterone is secreted by the Leydig cell in the testes of males. These cells promote secondary sexual characters in males. Women have estrogen and progesterone to perform the same function. So first up, the integumentary system. Commercials from beauty product companies urge us to take better care of our skin, nails, and hair. Of course, those companies are trying to sell us their products. Still, their general message is valid. You do need to take care of those parts that make up the integumentary system, the body's first line of defense against harm. So what are the parts of this system? Your integumentary system consists of your skin, your nails, and hair. And here are their main functions. It covers the body and protects internal organs from harm. It detects stimuli from the environment. It retains water and maintains fluid balance in the body. It regulates homeostasis of internal organs by regulating the body's temperature. And this man can tell it's cold because of his skin. The skin is the largest organ in the body, having a surface area of 1 to 2 meters, about 3.2 to 6.5 feet. It makes up 12% to 15% of total body weight. Skin keeps the body safe from extreme environmental conditions, germs, and harmful chemicals. Skin tissue also has sensory receptors, which detect stimuli from the environment. We're able to feel cold, heat, and pressure changes because of the skin's receptors. Skin is made up of two distinct layers, the epidermal layer and the dermal layer. Next, we'll examine the structure and function of each of these layers. So you have the epidermis, the dermis, and then the hypodermis below. So here's your surface. And then here's the epidermis. The outermost thin layer of the skin is called the epidermis. It acts as a barrier between the body and the environment. The epidermis has no blood vessels. It is made of specialized epithelial cells called keratinocytes. Keratinocytes. And these cells produce the protein keratin. Let me fix there we go. Protein keratin. And the epidermis is about 10 to 30 layers thick. The thickness of the epidermis depends on its location on the body. For example, eyelids have a thin layer of epidermis, while the epidermis is thick on the palms of the hands and soles of the feet. The epidermis also has some nerve endings that can detect changes in pressure and temperature. Next is the dermis. That's the lower layer in skin tissue. It's about 15 to 40 times thicker than the epidermis. The dermis is made of two layers, a thin papillary layer and a thick layer of connective tissue beneath. The papillary layer contains finger-like projections called papillae, which increase the surface area of the skin. This layer also contains nerve endings that act as sensory receptors and blood vessels that provide nourishment to the epidermal layer. The lower connective layer is filled with a mesh of fibers. These fibers provide strength and elasticity to the skin. And this prevents skin from wearing off. The lower connective layer also contains muscle fibers, sweat glands, oil glands, and hair follicles. Excuse me. Sweat glands and sebaceous or oil producing glands in the skin are known as exocrine glands. They secrete their products in ducts. If you are hot or exercising, you may observe drops of sweat on your skin. This sweat is produced by the sweat glands. Sweat cools the surface of the skin, maintaining homeostasis. Sebaceous glands secrete oil or sebum that protects, lubricates, and waterproofs or retains the moisture of hair and skin. When excess sebum is secreted, skin pores become clogged. And then finally, the hypodermis. The hypodermis lies beneath the skin. This layer consists of fats that act as shock absorbers and insulating agents, providing a cushion effect to the body. Vitamin D, an essential vitamin, is made in the fat cells of the hypodermis, the hypodermis. This layer also contains nerve endings, blood vessels, oil glands, and other glands. Nails. Nails are projections that protect the tips of your fingers and toes, and those fingernails and toenails are made of keratinocytes. And the keratin produced by the cells gives nails a tough structure. Keratinocytes grow continuously under the nail root, pushing and flattening old cells into a hard, new nail. Hair. So we talked about nails, and then your hair is an outgrowth from a follicle or cavity in your skin. The cells in the cavity undergo cell division and push the cells away from the follicle, causing the hair to grow. These follicles mostly have sebaceous glands. Hairs are present in almost all parts of the body. Like nails, hair is made of the protein keratin. Hair acts as an insulator and also protects the skin from harmful UV radiation. You've probably gotten goosebumps when you've been scared or surprised. Goosebumps happen when erector muscles trigger hair to stand on end during a fight or flight response. So we run into our first question. Cysts are pockets of tissue that can fill with fluid, pus, or hair. On the skin, they often appear as hard bumps, and they are usually caused by an infection or a blocked exocrine gland. Most cysts resolve on their own, but some can cause complications. How do you think the cyst shown in this model affects the homeostasis in this area of the skin? Consider how it can affect the different structures, nerve endings, and skin layers. This large cyst may press up against several different nerve endings, causing pain or even numbness. If a clogged gland causes it, that gland may not be able to release oil or sweat onto the skin, which is important for regulating temperature and keeping the skin waterproof. So that's it for the integumentary system. And next time, I'll get into the lymph and immune system. So until then, uh, stay safe and enjoy the weather. And I will see you guys and girls next time. Bye bye.